25 years.
Welcome back. In national news, the indictment of former President Trump. We're learning more about how the process of his arraignment on criminal charges is expected to unfold this week. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more on that story.
Amid heightened security, former President Trump is preparing to fly to New York tomorrow from Florida for his arraignment Tuesday on criminal charges. Sources say Trump is facing around 24 charges, including felonies that could potentially expose him to prison time.
He's gearing up for a battle. This is something that obviously we believe is a political persecution, and I think people on both sides of the aisle believe that it's a complete abuse of power.
The charges stem from an investigation focusing on an alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels near the end of the 2016 campaign. The alleged hush money itself isn't a crime, but the way Trump may have accounted for it might be. The indictment comes as a new ABC News Ipsos poll asked, should former President Trump have been charged with a crime? 45% of Americans saying he should, 32% believe he should not, 23% don't know. But along party lines, 88% of Democrats think Trump should have been charged, as do 40% of independents. 62% of Republicans responding the former president should not have been charged. Ahead of the arraignment, former President Trump will be driven to court from his Fifth Avenue apartment, his movements coordinated by the Secret Service and the NYPD. Once inside, he'll be processed but not handcuffed and walked along the 15th floor corridor into the courtroom where his attorneys said he'll plead not guilty. Trump will reportedly leave town after leaving court and is expected to speak from Mar-a-Lago that evening. Trump is the first presidential candidate to seek office while facing criminal charges. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
In other national news, Pope Francis is taking part in Palm Sunday services at the Vatican. This comes just a day after his release from the hospital where he was treated for bronchitis. Pope Francis appearing to be in a bit better shape this morning. His voice still a little hoarse and some labored breathing, but he did preside over the Palm Sunday Mass. He delivered a short sermon and he was alert, also blessing the palms and olive branches for Palm Sunday. Catholics in attendance happy to see him today.
He was discharged yesterday, and we saw him appearing in good spirits then. He was greeting well-wishers. We saw him joking with reporters that he is still alive. And then that powerful moment when we saw him comforting a couple that had just lost their daughter.
Today's Mass marks the beginning of Holy Week, which is one of the busiest times of the year for him. He's got a pretty jam-packed schedule in the lead up to Easter, and he's even got a trip to Hungary set for later this month. So none of those health issues right now are reporting to be slowing him down. Now time to check back in on our pinpoint weather forecast. Nate, I made sure this weekend to spend extra time outside because for the next few days, we've got some snow coming.
Yeah, so Mother Nature's going to be slowing you down, Sarah, as you head out on the roads tomorrow. Yeah, it wasn't slowing folks down, though, this weekend from getting out and about enjoying some of the milder temperatures. We did have some clouds out there for much of today. Scott Taylor, though, capturing Ogden Canyon, the falls near the base of Ogden Canyon. Just phenomenal. Said it was kind of a hot spot for folks to get out and visit, as, of course, the rivers are running swiftly. In fact, Ogden River moving quite nicely right now, of course, with some of the melt that we're getting, and we've just got a lot of snow that's going to be coming down as we melt that off as well. Snow coming down right now at Snow Basin, about an inch reported on the snow stake now. Moisture coming down. We had snow up north. Beaver Mountain reported 4 inches earlier today. It's been snowing off and on. Some areas reporting about 7 along the Bear River range. So we've had some accumulations out there. Logan had some snow this morning into the afternoon. And Futurecast showing that snow showers are going to continue picking up overnight as we have rain increasing across the northern valleys. It'll change over to snow as a cold front slides through tonight. The front will continue to push moisture south across the central and southwestern part of the state. Areas along I-15 into southern and central Utah expected to be in the wintry mix by tomorrow afternoon for southwest Utah. So traveling is expected to be difficult statewide. This is 5 o'clock. We've got the core of the storm system rotating through the state as it does counterclockwise. Should see a bit of a break or lull in precipitation for the northern portion of the state into tomorrow afternoon, but it should pick up as we get wraparound moisture. Cold northerly flow should pick showers back up, and we should get some lake enhancements. So areas like Salt Lake Valley, Tooele Valley, Utah Valley should see additional snowfall amounts. I think from other areas, we're all expecting some healthy snowfall totals, though, with this storm system. Northwest flow continuing into Wednesday, some lingering mountain showers primarily before things start to dry out into Thursday. Temperatures, though, going to be much colder than than normal. Highs just in the 30s as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday. Winter alerts, of course, winter storm warnings in place for the central southern mountains, including the southwest valleys. Generally 5 to 10 inches expected for the valley locations, mountains 1 to 2 feet of snow. These winter storm warnings pick up early tomorrow morning for central Utah, the southwest corner, not until about noon on Monday through late Monday evening. So quite a bit of snow coming down fairly quickly. Plan on winter driving conditions. Even the West Desert under a winter weather advisory could see 1 to 3 inches along the lower elevations with 2 to 6 at the higher elevations as well. So and stronger winds. So travel across I-80 is going to be treacherous, and travel here along the Wasatch Front is expected to be impacted tomorrow morning and likely again Tuesday as more snowfall is expected. And we've got 2 to 3 feet for our mountain areas. The valleys 5 to 10 inches. I think again for areas like Salt Lake County, south into Utah Valley, could see anywhere from 8 to 16 inches if the models are right, with some of the higher resolution models backing off on some of the snowfall amounts with some of the latest runs. So, of course, strong winds across the southeast corner, high wind warnings in effect. Could see wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour. So time to batten down the hatches. If you have any patio furniture outside, be sure to bring that in. Some of those unsecure objects could get blown around and cause some power outages. Here's some of the forecasts then. Northern valleys 5 to 10, benches 8 to 14. In Salt Lake County, could see higher amounts. Wasatch back a foot or 2. Northern mountains 2 to 3 feet, 4 to 5 feet for the cottonwoods on top of already record snowpack, a foot or 2 in southern and central mountains. The southern and central valleys 4 to 10. Uintas 20 to 30 inches of snow, although some of the models aren't showing quite as impressive of snowfall amounts. Maybe a couple 3 inches by tomorrow morning. Should see heavier snowfall amounts late Monday into early Tuesday. St. George forecast 57 then for Monday. Windy conditions, slight chance of moisture Tuesday. Then we're dry the rest of the week. Temperatures warming back up. Should be in the low 80s on Sunday. Gorgeous weather this next weekend. Lots of sunshine for folks that are going to be experiencing spring break. Know that Davis County schools have it going on this week. Wasatch Front. Snow showers, 40 degrees, dropping to 37 on Tuesday. It's going to be windy. Plan on a chance of snow lingering into Wednesday. Plan on slick drives for the commutes as you get out tomorrow and again Tuesday. Temperatures do warm back up. We dry out. In fact, we've got dry stretch of weather through the weekend. Temperatures in the mid-50s Saturday, 60s Sunday. And right now, Sarah, it looks like we should be dry for much of next week, too. How about that?
Right. Thank you, Nate.